this is going back a ways, but I thought you were going to say, well, this was something that was in Starlog or, one of those old magazines, like, because,
Yeah.
they'd come out with stuff and I'm like, oh, okay, this is, sometimes it was like 2 years before something would go into production. So you didn't know how credible the information was. But sometimes there was a kernel of a good news there.
You know,
Uh,
it's funny. Speaking of Starlog, I gotta find this. Unless I lost it when I lost my storage unit,
oh,
I have a copy of Starlog before Return of the Jedi came out, and it says we have the story of Return of the Jedi, and of course you know how Empire ended with there is another. So according to the Starlog, and it's gonna sound bizarre me saying it, but my dad read it, so he remembers this too. So uh, basically, it opens up and Return of the Jedi opens up at a funeral for Yoda, and supposedly all the galaxy, well, all the rebellions there
yeah.
to which doesn't make sense because he's a you know most of the galaxy wouldn't even know him anymore.
Right, right. Just a
But
Jedi.
anyways, yeah, the whole rebellion's there for his funeral, and supposedly there's an egg on his planet Dagobah that hatches, and in it is a creature called Adoy, which I later realized was Yoda spelled backwards, which was a purple creature with wings, and he
Well,
was quote unquote the other, and he helps Luke take down the Empire and blah blah blah. Anyways, it was bizarre, but
well,
yeah.
no, 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 no. I
Speaking
believe
of,
you because no, trust me, I actually still have it somewhere. It was a magazine. It had Sybil Danning. Do you remember Sybil Danning? She was like kind of a B, maybe even C actress, and she was kind of in like some, how would you call it? I don't even know if you could call it porn. It was like light version, like porn light or something, and just terrible movies. But anyhow, she she was on the front cover dressed in black leather, and they were saying, I think, if I remember it correctly, like this is going to be the new. I think her and Vader are going to get get together, and she's going to.
yeah,
I'm what?
she was in that movie Chained Heat with
There you
Eric
go. There
Estrada.
you go. There you go. But I'm like, what? Even then as a kid, I'm like, I don't know about this. But I'm like, but none of that came to pass. But that's where you wonder: are these guys just? I mean, were they
Yeah,
just were they getting bad information, or were they just trying to kind of like before social media? Were they just trying to start up a
it was the internet before the internet, but
exactly? That,
so people
and
will go around saying, "Oh, you can't believe everything." Well, you couldn't always believe everything back then either, because
I,
this was Starlog, which was supposedly a reputable magazine.
right, and you have to imagine, right? I mean, we all know now. I mean, you see coverage of something, it's instantaneous. Well, back then, that's the stories were written, the stories were published like after a month in some cases after information had already leaked out or come out. So it was dated by the time you got it. And
Yeah,
so
and
that's
you
why
could
that,
there was no way to verify it back then. Now
that
you
too,
could do a Snopes search or something like that.
something, yeah.
Uh, but yeah, that's funny.